Murder in the Orange Grove is an 8-episode series from 48 Hours, offering new interviews and exclusive recordings with forensic experts, legal analysts, and Green himself from prison.
The podcast allows the team to deliver the most comprehensive deep dive into this shocking case that leaves one man fighting desperately for his freedom.
And ahead of the 8-episode release, we are joined this morning by the host, Erin Moriarty. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning, Erin.
I really appreciate it because this is one of those cases we've worked on for so long. And with a podcast, you can actually share interviews that have never been heard before. And it's exciting to be able to really take someone back. We have an original juror. We have witnesses who testified at the trial. You just don't normally get the time to do that at 48 hours.
And you know, a lot of folks are absolutely fascinated by this case, Murder in the Orange Grove. What do you think some of the reasons why, in particular, that they have followed this so closely?
I think it's because it's an incredible mystery. When I first started on it, and we kind of take people on the same ride we've been on. When I started on it, I thought it was a robbery that had gone wrong and ended in murder. And then you're thinking, well, maybe it's a case of mistaken identity. They got the wrong perp. But then you meet the first responders and you start wondering, was there a robbery at all? Was one of the victims possibly the shooter? I've never run into that in any other case. And so I think that's why listeners and viewers care about this case, because they want to know what happened as well.
Erin, it's pretty controversial, especially the case which you're covering too. What's the difference in a podcast between what you can do there as opposed to maybe what you're actually putting on TV when it comes to controversy and stuff? Do you have more leeway in the podcast?
I don't know if I have more leeway, but I can put the case much more in context. For the first time in this podcast, I can even explain why Crosley Green had been targeted to begin with. He's the defendant. We never really had the time to talk about that in previous 48 hours. So I think we can put the case more in context. You understand it more. It's more complex. It's also a bumpier ride because you go through the ups and downs of this case. But to me, it's a wonderful opportunity to really explain a case from the beginning until now.
Erin, what was the most surprising thing that you discovered, like going into more detail with the podcast?
Well, I guess what I had not realized how many interviews we had in the archives that had never, ever been heard. That was eye-opening to me. And it put the case actually in deeper context for myself. So that was really exciting to go back and find things that we had never aired before. And also to be able, there's a wonderful love story as part of this, to be able to spend time on that. But this case, it just haunts you after you start hearing about it. I'm not exaggerating. I almost wake up every morning thinking about this case and the man at the center of it, Crosley Green.
Yeah, Murder in the Orange Grove, the troubled case against Crosley Green. Fascinating stuff. Erin, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here with us this morning.
Well, I appreciate being here. Thanks so much.
I mean, I'm sold.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because I haven't ever watched or listened to a podcast with crime series. It's always been on TV. So it'll be interesting to see how the podcast version of it gets laid out.
And some of the top rated podcasts are all focusing on crime series now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most of the top, at least in the top 8. So folks are fascinated by it.
Looks like I'll be listening to it on the way to work at 3 in the morning.
There you go.
Perfect timing.
It'll keep you awake as you're on the road, right?